Thank you, Rajul. Excellencies, ministers, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. Endamin Adarak. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Ethiopia. Good morning, Addis Ababa. For PEFA Secretariat, for the PEFA initiative, this is a great day. PEFA is a partnership of 8 partners: European Commission, France, Switzerland, Norway, Slovak Republic, Luxembourg, IMF, and the World Bank. And on behalf of the steering committee of the PEFA Secretariat, PEFA initiative, I welcome all of you to this very important 2024 Africa PFM conference and the PEFA flagship program. This happened absolutely because of the dedicated effort done by teams from UNECA. I would particularly thank Jamal, Alan, Gabri, and the very energetic team in UNECA, and of course the World Bank team in Addis, Abay, Medkim, and all others. Added to that is, of course, our PEFA Secretariat team working from Washington, D.C., and right now some of us are here in this beautiful city, Addis Ababa. So yesterday evening, my daughter asked me, why is this happening in Africa? And why is this happening in Addis Ababa? So the Africa part was easy answer for me. Africa is the future of the world. And future of the world has to be strong, means Africa need to do well, and Africa can do well only when we have strong public financial management systems. That's easy. Then the second question, why Addis Ababa? I got the answer already on Saturday. We visited the National Museum of Ethiopia and saw Lucy, the home, the millions of years old. So a country which made us human beings the way we are human now. What can be a better country to have this conference? What can be a better country to have this conference than a country which gave us coffee, without which perhaps I cannot get my morning going. So we are so happy that we are here for this conference. Now, this training, the flagship training, this is 2 days of conference and 3 days of flagship training, as you know. This training is for everyone. If you are a beginner, you have something for it. If you are an advanced PFM expert, you are. Why is it the case? PFM is perhaps the most interdisciplinary profession in the world. Who are PFM experts? They are economists, they are accountants, they are auditors, they are policy people, they are administrators. You come from so many aspects. You have specialization in one narrow domain, but you need to know the bigger picture. And the bigger picture, the best way I worked in Government of India before I started development. And I never knew what PFM is. Over time, I understood what I'm doing is PFM. And then a PEFA training, a PEFA approach gave me that bigger picture. What is this whole thing about PFM? How does one add up to other? And that's where I see this program would be very useful to all the participants joining us here. PEFA is a pretty old, matured program. 2001 it started, and it is being used very extensively. But recently there are a couple of newer things. The world is changing. There are demands that government budgets should think of gender. Government budgets should think of climate. And that is the new tools that we have now in PEFA. We have PEFA gender, PEFA climate as part of it. And I'm so delighted to also mention that this is the first ever English flagship PEFA training, where the new PEFA climate framework, which has just been approved by the steering committee, is going to be used. And that's happening here in Africa. And I'm so delighted, and I request the intelligence of the high table to unwrap the PEFA climate, which just came from the press, and request Nine to bring the PEFA climate. All the participants during the training program would get copies of the PEFA climate, which would be used for this training program. With that, I request the high table to help us out with unwrapping the PEFA climate directly from the press, first time in Addis Ababa.